Did you know more than 49 million Americans have trouble regularly putting nutritious food on the table? According to the United Way of Palm Beach County, 1 in 7 adults and 1 in 4 children are hungry. Here to talk about one of the many community food resources is Danielle Hartman from the Ruth and Norman Rales Jewish Family Services. Thank you so much, Danielle, for joining us today. Go ahead and start by telling us about your organization.
Sure. So Jewish Family Services has been around for 40 years, serving primarily South Palm Beach County, so that's Boca Raton and Delray Beach. We have a number of programs in addition to our food programs. So we help many seniors. We provide affordable counseling and mental health services to the community. But one of our big namesakes is our food pantry. And that started in 1996, serving 32 families.
Wow.
And now we serve over 600 households in Boca Raton and Delray Beach.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's not just a donation and pickup center.
No, actually we moved to a 2,600 square foot facility back in 2013. And at that time we created a whole shopping area. So we have 120 of those households that come to our pantry, and it's set up just like a grocery store. And they shop their aisles and pick their items, and it gives them a dignified way to get the food that they need in a very private, confidential way.
And pick out their foods instead of just receiving a prepackaged.
Right. We used to do the prepackaged meals, and we found that people really wanted choice. So it's called a choice pantry, and people get to choose the items that they want instead of getting the items that they need. But one of the beautiful things is that we have so many volunteers that come, because the majority of our pantry households are homebound seniors, and they can't get to our pantry. So we have volunteers come shop for them, and then they get that delivered to their home.
I love that.
Yeah.
And who donates all of the food that you provide?
Yeah, so we do over 120 food drives throughout Palm Beach County all year long. So it could be fire departments and police departments doing food drives. It's schools, it's small businesses, it's community-based organizations. Pretty much anybody who wants to do a food drive, we will coordinate it with them.
For the pickup.
Yes.
Wow, that's so great. And the food pantry might be a little bit newer, but the organization has been around for 40 years.
Yes,
You're celebrating?
40 years, right. So we have a whole year. We've been celebrating since January, and once a week we are highlighting a milestone of our agency history. So it's been very fun, and just last week we had a celebration because that grocery store that I mentioned recently got named. So now it's called the Parr Family Grocery. And Madeline Parr was one of the people back in 1996 that really pushed for a food pantry at a time when people couldn't believe that there were hungry people living in Boca Raton. So it was her family who wanted to do something. She recently passed away in her memory, and so now the shopping area is called the Parr Family Grocery. So that was one of the celebrations that we're doing all year long.
That's great.
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm sure you've got a website where people can get information on how to donate or even come shop if they need to.
For sure, for sure. Our website is Rales, RALESJFS.org. And we have a number of volunteer opportunities with our organization. We're actually, as part of our 40th anniversary celebrations on May 1st, we're planning a community day of action. And we will be asking people to do something good that day and then post a photo and tag it to our website of something good. So it could be like dropping off food. It could be writing a letter to a homebound senior that's lonely and wants to know that people care. It could be just doing something nice for someone else. So that's going to be May 1st, and that will be again on our website, railsjfs.org/40.
Okay, we'll make sure we get all of this up on our website,
that would be great.
WPTV.com, so people can reference back. We'll talk more about it as we get closer to May too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danielle. We appreciate what you do.